So I was basically minding my business, and then someone asked me, Cycles, who do you ship in Boruto? Do you ship Boruto and Sarada, or do you ship Boruto and Sumire? And I actually thought about that because I was going to give him a quick answer, right? And this video is basically my response on shipping in general. So for those people who are new to anime, if you don't know what shipping is, if you have been living under a cave, shipping is basically when people want multiple characters to develop a romantic interest in each other, and basically a relationship, right? So I thought about that, and I thought about the pros and cons, and trust me, the cons are heavier than the pros, bruh. So let's talk about the pros. So the reason why I like romance in anime or in any story is because it gives characters great character development. Some characters are lonely as hell, and through romance they actually learn to become themselves. They become great characters by the end of the arc, and that's why I like romance, right? And the thing is, you also get to know these characters on a personal level. You get to relate to them, and that betters the character. It helps you understand who the character is, why they do what they do, the logic in their heads, and their decision making based on the partner that they end up with, right? And who they are as a person, their personality. And it's a good addition to any story. I think romance is a good addition. Now let's talk about the cons, because the cons are just over the top, right? So these are the reasons why I hate pairings or shippings in general, right? So number one is obsession, bruh. There are too many people out here obsessing over fictional characters that just don't exist. I don't understand it because it doesn't make sense to me. Why would you sit there as a grown-ass man or woman, right, behind a computer screen and defend a certain character for a very long time because of your personal preference? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me tell you, right? So I've noticed, right, by being in the anime community for a while, that people tend to project themselves on these fictional characters. Say for example, right, person number one says, you know, I like strong females, you know what I'm saying? And person number two says, I like females who are submissive, are cute, and do as they're told. And I'm actually using an example of Sakura and Hinata, the whole pairing war that happened when Naruto was still popping, and that shit was madness, right? So person number one likes strong females, and that would be Sakura, and the ones who are cute, don't talk much, and are very submissive and do as they're told would be Hinata, right? So both persons start beefing each other based on their own personal preferences, because one person is attracted to someone, you know, a woman who is very vocal, so therefore they'll say, oh well, I think Sakura is a good match for Naruto because of this personality trait and that personality trait, and the other person will be like, nah nigga, I don't like women who talk shit to me like that because I can't handle that shit. So I just like a woman who doesn't talk much shit, who doesn't try to oppose me or anything, is always constantly cute, and so on and so forth. And then because of these personal preferences on what makes their dick lift, right, these people will actually beef each other in the comment section, so on and so forth. And trust me, I've been around long enough in the community to see grown-ass men and women fight because of these fictional characters that don't exist. What did you say, nigga? It doesn't make sense to me because at the end of the day, they don't exist, right? So another thing that I think is really stupid is that some of these people will actually watch the show, right, or watch a show not because they care about the story or respect the mangaka's story, right, but it's because they are emotionally invested in these romances and they just want to see what the turnout is. So they will literally watch 100 episodes just to find out who ends up with who, and then if their pairing does not turn out to be canon at the end of the story, then they actually practice destructive behavior. Bleach. So when Bleach ended, Ichigo ended up with Orihime, and people banged the hell out because Ichigo did not end up with Rukia, and so on and so forth. Like, people said, oh, this made more sense than this. People started burning manga volumes, people started burning merch, people started sending threats to Kubo, and it just didn't make sense to me. Why would you do that? At the end of the day, it's like people are so attached to these characters and project themselves on these characters, that they forget that the story is not theirs to write. And the same thing happened with Naruto when he ended up with Hinata. People was threatening Kishimoto. There was a guy, I remember, there was a guy in the comment section of one of these YouTubers I was watching that said that he's going to buy a plane ticket, go to Japan, fly there, and basically punch Kishimoto in the face. Like, that's excessive. We don't need that negativity in the comment section, right? And in the anime community in general. But it's kind of sad though, because something that's positive, people always end up turning into a negative. But guess who turns all this negativity into a positive? The mangaka, or the people who are in charge of these shows that people obsess over. Because guess what? They know that you are obsessed about the show. They know that you are invested in these characters. So guess what they do? They take advantage, right? Say for example, Kishimoto knew that loads of all these, obsessive fans were there invested in just the romance of his stories. So basically this is what he would do. So whenever he wrote chapters, he would actually try and troll some of his fans by, inserting things here and there to actually piss them off. So remember the chapter where Sakura basically confessed her feeling? That was a cliffhanger, and that caused a major outroar in the community. Remember when Hinata confessed her, same thing happened. And remember that manga chapter where Sakura basically did mouth to mouth on Naruto, and then people were outrageous. They said, oh well, that's Naruto's first kiss, and other people were like, no, the Naruto and Hinata fans were like, nah, that's actually, just mouth to mouth is no real kiss, so on and so forth. Like, it actually generates huge publicity. People actually get into the anime that way, and these mangakas were trolling the shit out of you niggas because they knew that this is how you guys operate, and they can actually use this to make more money. So, remember that scene where Minato was comparing Sakura to Kushina? He was like, oh well, Naruto, is this your girlfriend? And Naruto was like, yeah. That shit flipped a lot of niggas out, bruh. So, Kishimoto basically kept going around, playing around with your feelings. And it's basically, he uses this, right? Remember, I'm gonna use this analogy, and that is the donkey chasing the carrot stick. So if you don't know what that is, that's basically mangakas or people leading you on as long as possible to make full use of you buying merch, volumes and so on, only to reveal the outcome in the end of the pairings. And if you don't like the ending, they don't care, because they've actually squeezed all the money that they could out of you. So they basically use the whole pairing thing, going left and right, to tease you and to keep you watching and invested, because if you're obsessive, that's what you're gonna do. And you keep chasing after the carrot, which is the pairing, and the ending of the result. The ending result is what you're chasing after. And then obviously you're going to be invested in the show, you're going to buy merch, all that nonsense, and at the end of the day they're going to give you the result that they wanted. And if you're salty, it doesn't matter, because you've already, when you look behind you, you've already walked the journey chasing the carrot, right? So they don't really care, and that's how they actually take advantage of you obsessive people. So yeah, someone asked me, obviously, like I said in the video at the start, which one do you support? Sumire, Sarada and Boruto, which one of these do you support? And the thing is, I don't support any of them. Why? To be honest with you, this is why I support, right? I support whichever person the main character ends up with. Like, the main character is my nigga, right? So if the main character is my nigga, then, and if my nigga scores a girl, why would I be pissed off? I wouldn't. I'll be celebrating because my nigga's getting some pussy, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically it. I don't know why people will be pissed off and say, no, I want the main character to end up with this person or that person. If you really think about it, in a real life scenario, right, you wouldn't want someone to choose your girl for you, right? You want to choose them yourself. So why would you say, oh, it makes sense for you to choose this person and not that person? Why not just let the main character choose who they want, right? So here's my overall opinion. So I think that pairing makes everything exciting and interesting, or romance in general, but it makes you wonder which characters are going to mingle with who and how the story is going to be told, as time progresses. But then again, things that are designed for fun and joy eventually turn into some negative shit because niggas can't behave, right? So niggas out here be talking about, yo, don't diss Sasuke, that's my nigga. It's like, no, he's not your nigga. Sasuke don't even know you. He doesn't even exist. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So I'll say this, I tell you niggas to chill out, because it's really not that deep. These niggas don't exist. Stop projecting your morals and desires on these characters, and instead, actually, why don't you project those on, real people? Personally, I'm gonna say this, right? I think some of you niggas are watching too much anime. I think some of you are watching too many cartoons. You niggas don't get no fresh air. You niggas don't come out the house, and you don't experience reality enough. I think some of you should just get off the screen, go outside, get some fresh air, and experience real people. Trust me, if you get pussy, you don't be caring about which character's dicking who down on freaking the internet or Crunchyroll and shit. Trust me. So yeah, I feel like, some people should just, chill the fuck out. It's really not that deep. It's really not that deep. Fictional characters, don't really fuck each other in real life. And at the end of the day, if someone disses the couple that you're rooting for, I don't feel like you should get triggered and start cussing them out because they don't agree with you. Because at the end of the day, people have different perspectives, and it's called opinion. So if you can't respect someone else's opinion, then in general, you shouldn't be attacking anyone or, telling anyone else your opinion. So yeah, that's basically my answer. My answer is some of you niggas need to get off your screens, right? Go outside and experience real life, real dick, real pussy. And, some of you should actually learn that the mangaka is the person who's writing the story from beginning to end, and you should respect that instead of constantly attacking these people for trying to live their lives and, tell their story. And the answer to the question, who do I support in terms of Boruto ending up with Sarada or Sumire? And the answer is, it's basically a trap. They are doing the same thing over and over again like they did with Sakura and Hinata. And I can't believe some of you niggas don't see this. They are luring you like the donkey chasing the carrot stick. But my answer to that is, I don't care. If Boruto decided to fuck every single woman in Konoha, then so be it. I support my nigga to get as much pussy as he can. And that's basically my answer. But I want to know yours in the comment section. I'll be like, are people too obsessed with anime? Should people just go out and have some fresh air and experience reality? Let me know in the comment section below. But that has been my food for thoughts in this episode. And if you guys actually enjoyed this, I'm going to be talking about more topics and so on and so forth. That being said, I have nothing more to say, and bye.